What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. First of all, I am Antoinette, the girl next door. Some call me Tony, some call me Net. Anyway, this video I wanted to do tonight is on the topic of the power of the mind. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Well, I've been thinking a lot about the law of attraction, and I actually recently read the book on the law of attraction, and I've been watching TED Talks and videos, other YouTubers who are talking about law of attraction and just overall the way you think. And I constantly have to remind myself to change my thinking, because when you change your thinking, I absolutely believe, you may have heard me say this before, when you change your thinking, you change your whole way of life, your whole entire way of living, your whole existence change. This is no easy thing, I must say, for numerous reasons. What we are born into and how the culture we are brought up into ultimately is the beginning of what shapes the way we think. As a minority or an African American woman, or the community or environment that I grew up in, some of the things and the way I was taught to think, I really strayed away from that, because I felt like the way I thought back then kept me in a box. And if you have small thinking, you're going to live small. But when you have big thinking and you get outside of that box, big things happen in your life. I think people underestimate the mind. Literally, and I always talk about this with people, God forbid something happened to me, if I was to ever have a disability, if I lost my ability to feel, my ability to walk, to talk, or if I'm became handicapped or anything, one thing I would not want to lose is my mind. For me, my mind is everything. Growing up, I really struggled with the way I thought. I was such a pessimist. I always thought negative. Everything. I was such a Debbie Downer. And I think that was because of circumstances, and it was situational, but everything, I never could see the positive in anything. And so I thought well, if I think the worst can happen, well, what's the worst that can happen if I'm already expecting it? As a woman today, I cannot even think about waking up thinking the worst that's gonna happen every day. Because ultimately, I really believe in self-fulfilling prophecies. I believe when you think it and you begin to speak it, it begins to manifest. When you overcome battles in your mind, it's easy to overcome obstacles in your life. I'm not saying that, you just not be realistic with your thoughts. But I think even in the worst case scenarios, even when the worst that you feel can happen, I think that one small glimpse of a positive thought or hope can change everything. Your outlook, I really believe, shapes or changes everything that happens in your life. Let's say you got rejected from a job, or you got laid off from a job. For some, the first thing in your mind is what the fuck? What am I gonna do? I have no job, I have no money, no income. How am I going to survive? So everything is just the worst thing ever. However, but if you change that thought, let's say, no one wants to go without an income, because we live in a world where money is a necessity. But if you change the way you thought, okay, so, well, this job didn't work out for me. I was rejected from this job. I was laid off from this job. Perhaps this was the motivation I needed to push me in the direction of where I wanted to be, where I really want to be. Or it will motivate you, because I feel some things, when devastating things happen in your life, it can either, when you start thinking about it, when you start really, really thinking negative and down on it, it can either bring you down or bring you up. Okay, you know what? This happened, so what can I do next? What can I do to create a better situation for me? What can I do? And I think the only way you can change anything, it starts in the mind. One thing I'm really big on is feeding your mind. Every day you're feeding your mind, whether you know it or not. I really believe every day you're feeding your mind. You can feed your mind by the things you watch on TV, by the programs you watch on TV. You can feed your mind by conversations that you have with bystanders or conversations you have with coworkers or friends. You can feed your mind by reading, or you can feed your mind just by replaying old events. Well, every day you're feeding your mind. So I think it's important to be conscious of what you really are feeding your mind. Even today, like, I don't watch certain programs, and I don't listen to certain music, and I don't have certain conversations with people, because like I don't really want those type of things to indoctrinate me and get all in my mind and in my spirit and just kind of like mess me up. Your mind really is like the seat of your emotions and the seat of your desires, your feelings. And I know I'm probably like redundant in saying the same things, but I can't help it because I'm like thinking about it more lately, because I'm on this whole law of attraction thing. If I desire something, then why not think on the thing that I desire instead of thinking on emotions that I really don't want to really feel. Like for me right now, one of the things I'm gonna say, I am thinking about moving. I really want to move. To some people that may be some small thing, but for me that's like a huge thing. So sometimes, like when I'm not like correcting my thoughts, I'm thinking like, oh, this is not gonna happen. I might not get approved to be for this place. I might not be able to afford that place. This is just like never gonna happen. When really in my heart, I really desire to move. I desire to upgrade my living space. Basically, I desire to upgrade pretty much my whole life. But anyway, I desire to upgrade, but when I'm feeding or letting my mind and my thoughts wander, really negative things come in like that. Like, oh, well, this is not gonna happen. So already like that's at the seat of my mind and at the seat of my emotions, I'm already like upset thinking about it. Then when I go about my day, I'm just like down, perhaps sad, depressed, upset, angry, anything. I think when you learn to control your thoughts, you learn to take control over your life. I don't care like really what's going on around you, and that's the truth. Whatever's going on around you, when you really have the power to take control over what you think, you have the power to say, well, no matter what it physically or externally is happening around me, I know that if I continue to change my way of thinking, I'm going to continue to change my way of being. Therefore, I'm going to continue to change my way of life. How you think is what you're going to attract. If you're thinking like, shit, I'm never going to get a new good guy, guess what you're going to get? Bullshit guys. Or if I'm never going to find a good woman, you're going to get slutty women who's like there to use you for your money. If you think I'm never going to get a good job, you're going to be at the same job that you hate every day. But if you're thinking like, well, you know what, this is only temporary, because you have to be realistic and honest with yourself. You know, some situations are only temporary, and they're there just to like pretty much help, is a stepping stone to help you get to the next level. So if you're thinking like, you know what, I'm here, this is the place I am physically right now, but mentally I'm already there. Like me, mentally, I'm already like Dr. Edmonds, you know, with my doctor's degree. I'm already in my paid off Mustang. I'm already in like my house or my next place that I want to upgrade to. I'm already in the place, even if I'm not physically there. We're going into a new month, and of course people, the first of a new month, that can be a new chapter for someone. Going into this next month in August, for 31 days, I think, in that month, try the whole changing your way of thinking. Even if it's for 10 minutes a day, you like change your perspective. Change your perspective on things and watch what probably happen in your life. Watch what can happen. Watch what can manifest. Like I said, I'm really big into self-fulfilling prophecies. I remember I used to think like, oh, I'm scared that this is gonna happen. And I would think that shit so much, and then the next thing you know, even if it was a month, 2 weeks, a year later, it happened. But I thought about it for so long. So why not think the good things in your life? So I challenge you, find something that you really wanna work on, or something that you really wanna attract, and think on, you see yourself there already. See yourself getting the tools and strategies or whatever you may need to get you there, or whatever the plans or whatever you need to get you in that place or get you to where you want to be. It could be something simple as a weight loss goal. It could be something simple as you want to get engaged. I mean, that's simple, but you know, it's worth thinking positive on. And when you start thinking it, start acting on it. So for me, I'm like, okay, I want this new place, so I'm going to apply to this place. I can't say I want this new place and say, shit, well, I'm not going to get it, so I'm not going to apply to it. Because it's not going to happen. If nothing's happened, nothing's happening. I think that's how it goes. Whatever. So yeah, if you're tired of feeling down about a situation, if you're tired of feeling depressed, because literally your mind can change your whole mood. The whole state of mind can change your mood. So if you're depressed, or you're tired of thinking about or dwelling on a situation, wake up tomorrow, brand new day, shit, before you go to bed tonight, leave it, change how you're gonna change your perspective on it, because it's only hurting you. Not to ignore how you feel about a situation, or not to ignore what happened with the situation, but change how you look at the situation. And I promise things, well, I'm not gonna say I promise because I hate saying promise, but I'm almost sure, I'm like 99% sure that things will begin changing for you. So I hope that was like a little motivation to go into your new month. You are going to be attracting the things that you want. Good things are going to be happening, and you're going to learn to change the way you think so you can change your life. And if you enjoyed this video, you already know, hit the thumbs up. And I will love comments and feedbacks below. And if you haven't already, you know, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you all next time. Well, I'll talk to you all in the next video.